which is not entertainment, but deadly serious, is going to be pulled away from you. So now what you're going to do? And a lot of you, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to seek for the word of the Lord, but you're not going to find it. Let's bring in that scripture. The book of Amos, the 8th chapter. Because all hell is getting ready to break loose. If I start at the 10th verse, it says this, and I will turn your feasts into mourning. America is known for feasts. America is one big party country. As a matter of fact, in that film, well, it's a cartoon, Pinocchio, the original one, Walt Disney, I think it was made back in the 30s, there was a place called Funland where Pinocchio went to. Well, Funland is a metaphor for America. That's America, Funland. Okay? And if you watch the movie Pinocchio, or the cartoon, I should say, Pinocchio, you know what happened on Funland. The children that was there, that was having a good time, they were being turned into goats and being sold off into slavery. Okay, they were put in a cage, and the little old man that was doing it, he looked like one of the Rothschilds. Elon Rothschild to be exact. Okay, if you don't believe me, go and check it out. Okay, the original Pinocchio, the Walt Disney cartoon. Okay, which shows me right there that Pinocchio was a lot, the original Walt Disney cartoon Pinocchio was not for children, it wasn't for kids, all right? I'll use the word that they use, which is really baby goats. It wasn't for kids, because there was a lot deeper message there. There was a lot more of a sinister message there in Pinocchio, okay? That's all I'll say on that. But anyway, all hell is getting ready to break loose. Like I said, I mentioned 9/11. Well, there's going to be a lot more horrific attacks than 9/11 that's coming. So this is what the Lord said: I will turn your feasts into mourning and all your songs into lamentation, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins and baldness upon every head. That doesn't sound like a good time, okay? And I will make it as the mourning of an only son. Imagine a father losing his only son. Imagine what bitterness he would be feeling. Well, that's a metaphor for what's coming upon America. And the end thereof as a bitter day, because America is going to go out by nuclear destruction, i.e. fire, okay? But between the days of America going out by nuclear destruction and the days of when America is going to try to institute the so-called New World Order, those are going to be bitter days. Because the wicked elite, they plan to bring all kind of terrors upon this place to force people to accept their chip and to force people to accept this so-called New World Order. There's a motto that they follow called ordo ab chaos. That's order through chaos. So they have to first bring the chaos, which the chaos equals terror attacks and all of that, to force people to accept their order. That's what it's all about. It's a game. Okay, so there's going to be more terrorist attacks. There's going to be disease warfare. There's going to be famines. Okay, one way you can force people to take that chip is to starve them out. Is to bring famines, to bring a man-made famine, to stop the trucks from coming into the city. Then you starve the people out. Then they'll be begging for that chip. They'll be begging for help from the so-called government, the same government that started the crisis to begin with. Okay, so anyway, that's the mourning, the lamentation that we're reading about here. And the Lord is going to be behind it, because the Lord uses both sides. He uses the good as well as the evil. Okay, as it is written, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So that's the left-hand side of the Lord. What we're reading about here is the left-hand side of the Lord. The so-called white man is the left-hand side of the Lord, his sword, if you will. Reading on, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of a thirst for water, which there is going to be a famine of bread and water. Okay, which the word famine simply means hungry. The word in Italian is fame, which means hungry. But of hearing the words of the Lord. So the Lord say he's going to send a famine of hearing his words. Now, the net neutrality that is about to end, could that be an example of of hearing the words of the Lord, a famine of hearing the words of the Lord? Well, I think so. Just like it says here. Because right now, you can hear the words of the Lord freely. It's freely available to you on the internet. But slowly but surely, you notice it's being clamped down. It's being eroded piece by piece. And that's how the wicked elite do their things. They do it through something called gradualism. Gradually, the freedom of the word being brought out on the internet is being done away with, piece by piece. And I think that when this net neutrality is done away with, then that's a major piece being removed from us, from our ministry. Okay? And, you know, we're all right with that because we understand that the Lord is not going to extend his hand forever. There's a time when the Lord extends his hand to his people, and then he withdraws it, especially when the elect is sealed. Once the elect is sealed, which the word is really for, once the elect is sealed, the number of the elect is sealed, all hell is going to break loose. Then the Lord is going to withdraw his hand. Okay? See, this thing ain't no entertainment, man. This ain't no joke, man. So again, let me read it again. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And is this net neutrality being done away with? Is that an example? Absolutely. Because when that's done away with, this net neutrality, that means total restriction of the internet. And you know they're going to restrict us from broadcasting on the internet because of the content that we contain in our videos. We're talking about America being destroyed. We're exposing the wicked. Come on, you think they're going to allow that? The wicked that are controlling this internet, you think they're going to allow us to keep exposing them? Come on, use common sense here. They're going to try to shut us down totally, okay? Hell, it's going to get to the point where they're going to literally try to come after us. That's in the scriptures too. So that's why the scripture have said, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. That is written, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, implying there's going to be a time when he won't be found. How do you find the Lord? By finding his words. That's how you find him, by finding what he has truly said, his words, which we teach here at Great Millstone. Matter of fact, I talked about the Lord withdrawing his hand. Here's the scripture right here. The book of Psalm 74:9. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet. Like case in point, 34th and 7th. Now there's no more prophet on Saturdays. The prophets used to be down there on 34th and 7th. Guess what? There's no more prophet. Because Great Millstone, no more prophecy of Great Millstone on 34th and 7th. Because we closed down that shop through the Spirit. Reading on, it says, there is no more any prophet, neither is there among us anyone that knoweth how long. O Yahweh, how long shall the adversary reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Here it is right here, the point. Why withdrawest thou thy hand? So the hand of the Lord is what? The prophets. Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand, the right hand of the Lord, pluck it out of thy bosom. So the Lord is getting ready to put his right hand back into his bosom. That's his prophets. And the prophets represent vision, man. The prophets were visionaries. Okay? The book of Samuel, or 1 Samuel 3:1, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was precious in those days. So is the word of the Lord going to be precious once again? Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely, man. The Lord is going to make his word precious. And how is he going to do that? By not having it so readily available. And this is an example, this net neutrality thing is going to greatly affect our ministry when it's done away with. That is the point. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. So the word of the Lord represents what? Vision. That's why the prophets, which had the word of the Lord, or which have the word of the Lord, that's why they were called seers. S-E-E-R-S. And a seer is a visionary. Now when all hell breaks loose and the Lord is afflicting his people through all that hell, they're going to want answers. They're going to want a vision. And a lot of them are not going to find the word of the Lord, i.e. they're not going to find that right vision, because the vision is going to be taken away from them. That is the point. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Ezekiel 7:25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. And destruction is what's coming. Okay, more terrorist attacks, detention centers, concentration camps, disease warfare, diseases running rampant, pestilences, famine. Like the scripture said in the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, the 7th verse, the time of Jacob's trouble, which is destruction. So destruction is coming. They shall seek for what? Peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come up upon mischief. That's your more terrorist attacks. And rumor shall be upon rumor. The rumors of this guy being a terrorist and that guy being a terrorist. And then shall they seek a vision of the prophet. Now, did I not just read to you that the prophets also represent the vision of the Lord? That the vision of the Lord was in those prophets? The prophets represent the vision. So here, when all hell break loose, our people, they're going to seek for a vision. Let's read it. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. Because the prophet are going to be withdrawn, man. That's an example. There's another one, the book of Micah, the 3rd chapter, the 5th verse. Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, thus the false prophets that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Therefore night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that's the false prophets, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. So you got like Nate Satan, he's a false prophet. Bubble-Eye Blackfish, he's a false prophet. The false prophets of Israel. So when all hell breaks loose, they won't have the answers. They won't have the right words said by the Lord to bring the right vision. But we have it here at Great Millstone. We're telling you that all hell is getting ready to break loose, and that you that you can forget about America being prosperous. What you should mainly concern yourself with is the destruction of America, because that's what it's heading to, the total destruction of America. But even before that, the implementation of this thing called the so-called New World Order, which will be under penalty of death. Okay, much death and destruction. In other words, from now till Yahweh Shai comes back, it's not going to be a sweet time. It's going to be a bitter time. And you got a lot of Israelite groups that don't teach that want to stray away from that. They even scoff at that, But anyway, I'm going to end it there. The point has been made. Net neutrality, which is the freedom of the internet, it's about to be done away with, according to the information that I read. And if that is so, then you can kiss the ministry of Great Millstone goodbye. And is that biblical? Absolutely. The same way the Lord opens the mouth of his prophets, the same way the Lord can close the mouth of his prophets. So you won't be able to receive the word as freely as you do now. So with that, Great Millstone Mailbag Extra, and I'll see you in the next edition. Hope you were edified, by this video.